2005, was an American civil rights activist who objected to the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II, shortly after the Imperial Japanese Navy launched its attack on Pearl Harbor. President Franklin D. Roosevelt issued Executive Order 9066, which authorized that individuals of Japanese ancestry living on the West Coast were to be removed from their homes and forced to live in internment camps. But Komatsu instead challenged the orders and became a fugitive. The legality of the internment order was upheld by the Supreme Court of the United States in Komatsu v. United States. This ruling has never been explicitly overturned. 1. Komatsu's conviction for evading internment was overturned decades later after the disclosure of new evidence challenging the necessity of the internment. Evidence which had been withheld from the courts by the U.S. government during the war. 2. To commemorate his journey as a civil rights activist. The Fred Komatsu Day of Civil Liberties in the Constitution was observed for the first time on January 30, 2011, by the state of California. The first such commemoration for an Asian American in the United States. In 2015, Virginia passed legislation to make it the second state and first Commonwealth to permanently recognize each January 30th as Fred Komatsu Day. 3, 4, 5. The Fred T. Komatsu Institute was founded in 2009 to carry on Komatsu's legacy as a civil rights advocate by educating and advocating for civil liberties for all communities. Early life. Fred was born in Oakland, California, in 1919. The third of 4 sons to Japanese parents Kosui Aoki and Kakusaburo Komatsu, who immigrated to the United States in 1905. 6. Fred resided continuously in Oakland from his birth until the time of his arrest. He attended public schools, participated in the Castlemont High School, Oakland, California, tennis and swim teams, and worked in his family's flower nursery in nearby San Leandro, California. He encountered racism in high school when an army recruiting officer was handing out recruiting flyers to Komatsu's non-Japanese friends. The officer told Komatsu, "We have orders not to accept you." 7. Even his girlfriend Ida Boatano's Italian parents felt that people of Japanese descent were inferior and unfit to mix with white people. 8. World War II. Komatsu was rejected by the U.S. Navy when called for military duty under the Selective Training and Service Act of 1940 due to stomach ulcers. Instead, he trained to become a welder in order to contribute his services to the defense effort. First, he worked as a welder at a shipyard. He went in one day to find his time card missing. His co-workers hastily explained to him that he was Japanese, so therefore he was not allowed to work there. He then found a new job, but was fired after 1 week when his supervisor returned from an extended vacation to find him working there. 8. Because of his Japanese descent, Komatsu lost all employment completely following the attack on Pearl Harbor. On March 27, 1942, General John L. Jewett, commander of the Western Defense Area, prohibited Japanese Americans from leaving the limits of Military Area No. 1A in preparation for their eventual evacuation to internment camps. 10. Komatsu underwent plastic surgery on his eyelids in the unsuccessful hope of passing as a Caucasian. Changed his name to Clyde Sarah. 11. 12. And claimed to be of Spanish and Hawaiian heritage. 13. Went on May 3, 1942. General Jewett ordered Japanese Americans to report on May 9th to assembly centers as a prelude to being removed to the camps. B. Komatsu refused and went into hiding in the Oakland area. He was arrested on a street corner in San Leandro on May 30, 1942, and held at a jail in San Francisco. 15. Shortly after Korematsu's arrest, Ernest Basig, the director of the American Civil Liberties Union in Northern California, asked him whether he would be willing to use his case to test the legality of the Japanese-American internment. Korematsu agreed, and was assigned civil rights attorney Wayne M. Collins. 16. The American Civil Liberties Union in fact argued for Ernest Basig not to fight Korematsu's case, since many high-ranking members of the ACLU were close to President Roosevelt, and the ACLU didn't want to be perceived badly during a time of war. Basig decided to take Korematsu's case in spite of this. Korematsu Toyozaburo, January 30, 1919, March 30, 2005, was an American civil rights activist who objected to the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II, shortly after the Imperial Japanese Navy launched its attack on Pearl Harbor. President Franklin D. Roosevelt issued Executive Order 9066, which authorized that individuals of Japanese ancestry live